Hi everyone, it's Thea here, just here to spill some more tea for you guys, and this time it's about Caitlyn Jenner. I'm here today to expose that Caitlyn Jenner is angry at the Kardashians. If you don't know who Caitlyn Jenner is, then you definitely must be living under a rock, because Caitlyn Jenner is a multifaceted person. She is a transgender woman, and she was previously known as Bruce Jenner, who was an Olympian. I believe it was the heptathlon that he did, which is a multi-discipline event at the Olympic Games, and he won gold. Now, as her life living as Caitlyn Jenner, she has children and a bunch of different endeavors that she is currently into. So let's talk about the Kardashians. The Kardashians recently ended their run on the E network, with Keeping Up with the Kardashians, their hugely popular reality TV show. So the main cast members of this show were Caitlyn Jenner, Kris Jenner, Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Rob Kardashian, and Kourtney Kardashian. That's what it started out as. But as years went on, Caitlyn was dropped from the show, and so was Rob, and Kylie and Kendall just came and went as they pleased. They weren't really, on every single episode, even though they are on the credits of the show. So they decided to leave E. I think it was because E could not pay them enough, and they didn't feel like they were getting their money's worth at the E network. So they moved on to Hulu, another streaming service. And I do believe that Hulu is paying them a lot more. And they're going to be continuing essentially Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but it's called The Kardashians or something like that on Hulu. And Caitlyn Jenner is allegedly furious that she has been cut from this kind of new endeavor that they have. So she has not been invited to join them, and she feels a certain kind of way about it, because wouldn't you if you were the dad of some of the members of the show and you were kind of left out? Even though Caitlyn, she's the ex of Kris, so it's kind of messy, and they get along for the public, but I don't think they spend any time together, or they're not friendly. They're not at that stage yet, so I feel like this is why it's all difficult. And I think that Caitlyn is probably not on the show because of Kris. Kris does not want her on the show, and this is why we're not seeing Caitlyn on the show. And she's in a certain way right to be upset about the situation, but I understand why Kris doesn't want her there too. It's kind of a messy situation, but I feel like it would do well with viewers, and the ratings would be higher if they included Caitlyn, and I feel like it would be a better show if Caitlyn was on it, to be honest, because the women on the show, we've seen them for years and years. We've had a gap with Caitlyn, and we want to see what Caitlyn's up to these days. Probably all the viewers want to see what Caitlyn's doing, and we've seen too much of the other women, and we want to see what Caitlyn has to offer. She has a lot going on in her life. I know that she was on UK I Am a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and I believe she's on the Australian version, or she was on the Australian version, so I think she has a lot to offer on the show, and I don't feel like it is a good look for Hulu not to include her. They should have kind of negotiated that with Kris Jenner better and got Caitlyn on the show. Just my thoughts. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. So comment below, like the video, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Do you think that Caitlyn should have been on the show, and do you think she's right to be upset about not being included on the new Hulu Kardashian show? Because I do. I really do. Just remember that all the opinions in this video are my own, and everything that I have said and heard is alleged. If you have any other video ideas for me, please let me know in the comments below or on my other social media platforms, Twitter and Instagram @TheaSLifey. And don't forget to take care of yourselves, guys.